Welcome back to Doc's Shop and Forge. So today we're going to try out the little anvil. I have it mounted to a little bit of timber. I don't expect it to hold up. We're going to see how far we go. I'm going to try and make a small blacksmith's knife. Yeah, I don't think I can use too big of a hammer, but we'll see what we can get away with. Now this will be clamped, so this piece of wood here will be clamped down to this anvil, so at least we minimise movement. But the wood's not the greatest, the screws aren't the greatest. I'm not expecting it to hold up terribly long, but we'll see how we go. It's all about knowing where you're hitting so that you can get the maximum out of the mass that you have available. So let's get the forge lit and let's have some fun. So one thing I like to do when I'm working with file is to grind all the teeth off, because if you don't, unless you're welding with it, you end up including all those little score lines which make a great place for a crack to start. Now yes, you lose a bit of metal, but I think you end up with a stronger knife in the end. So your choice, but that's the way I prefer to do things. So this is the steel we're going to use. We're going to probably use about that much, maybe a bit more for the handle. The rest we'll draw it down a little bit and draw it out a bit. I'm aiming for like a little Skinner type paring knife shape. So we'll forge out the blade first, and then we'll draw out the handle, or the long tail for the handle. So let's get that one hot. Alright, let's see what happens. Well, the mounting is crap. It is a cold, windy day today, so things aren't staying hot as long as I'd like, and this is quite a bit smaller than I usually work. Yeah, it's not holding up at all. It's already quite loose. Yeah, that's going to come off in a very short order. We will need to cut a little piece off. Alright, so that gives us the start to our blade. working on an anvil that's this high up. Skewing my blows a little bit. See if it responds better to a smaller hammer. That is frightfully noisy. This is proving a nightmare. So I'm having trouble keeping this thing attached in a meaningful way to the anvil. As you can hear, the noise is phenomenal. So I'm about to give up on this before my ears completely give in, but it works. The only marring is where I've actually struck the anvil. So it's a nice solid little anvil. It'll work quite well for its intended purpose, which is basically being a really small anvil. If I were to mount it to something, I'd use a stump that would give it a lot of mass underneath, and something I could seriously put some good sized staples into. So a nice hardwood stump would be ideal, with some nice long staples going in to hold the four corners down. But yeah, nice functional little anvil, does its job. I think what we'll do is we'll finish the knife on the big anvil, just for expediency's sake and to protect our ears, and call it a day. So we'll finish drawing the tang out here. See how we go. that's about as much as we're going to get out of that. So let's finish drawing out the blade. Let's tidy that up, let it cool off, and then we'll get some grinding done. I kind of like that. Alright, I didn't do it as much as I would have liked on the new anvil, but that's now ready for me to grind and file a bit. Do need to tweak that a little bit. What I had in mind. This is a water hardening steel. Something said tink. So here's the little knife that we made partly on this little anvil. Now you won't be able to see it, and I'll put a close-up photo in here which shows what that tink was, and there's a tiny little edge crack right there. I've arrowed it, so this blade is a failure. I will temper it, but yeah, it's a little bit sad. Otherwise, got a very nice form to it, and would work quite well as a little skinning knife or food prep knife. But unfortunately, it cracked during quenching. So there you have it. It doesn't always go according to plan. That aside, the anvil works quite a treat. So If you've enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up. Feel free to share on social media, and if you haven't already subscribed, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. So get out to your shop, have some fun, be prepared to fail. It doesn't always work out, but above all, stay safe, and I'll catch you for the next one.